on Instagram.
Mr. Underscore Irving.
McAllister Land. Mr. Underscore McAllister Land.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah. We just feeling the groove a little bit. Yeah. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Like Father.
Like son, y'all.
I'm your host, Mr. Unknown.
Go to the key.
And hoping everyone is having a fabulous evening on January 11th, 2021. Hopefully your year has started off pretty well.
Yeah.
11 days in. Can you still say Happy New Year's to someone?
Yeah.
And it not be a big deal?
It's still New Year.
It's still the New Year.
The first days of the year.
So how many days do you get until you can't say Happy New Year's anymore? Like how many days go by?
The next month.
So the whole month. You get the whole month to say Happy New Year's to people?
Yeah.
Because I was at the store today and I didn't say Happy New Year because I can remember this sportscaster guy saying after like the first 2 or 3 days, the new year is in and you're good from there. But you're saying that you got a whole month that you can say Happy New Year's?
Yeah, because it's like the first month, the first few days.
Okay.
First 30 days of the year.
Okay, I hear that. Well, you know, there's been a lot of ruckus going on in the world today. It kind of has not slowed down. We're in 2021 and we know how wild and rambunctious and spontaneously out of control the United States have been. And it kind of hasn't really slowed down.
Not at all, really.
You know, we had the circus at the Capitol a few days ago, led by the president of the United States, that being Donald Trump. And so that kind of caused a whole bunch of backlash
what even
in life.
happened?
Well, something along the lines of the Republicans going in, trying to dispute and pretty much cause chaos in the aspect that Donald Trump wasn't going to be reelected. So they basically felt like we're going to pull a power move to make you recount. There was fraud. There was a miscount. You cheated the Republican. You cheated Donald Trump. And so while all that happened, people were harmed. People died in the cause of something that was led by the president and causing all of the people to come into.
So the people, they
kind of gather up, as I believe from his social media, pretty much encouraged most of the people to go to the Capitol and basically cause ruckus.
Like, what did they do?
They went in there and they broke some windows.
At the White House?
No, and like it's another little building over there where they kind of take care of business and conduct business with the Senate and the governors and the cabinet members and all of those type of things.
Like Lincoln Memorial?
I think like right up in that little area, right up in there. I don't know the exact building, but I want to say the Capitol, right? The United States in Washington.
They don't have like security guards.
They do. And so that's why a lot of people are calling it kind of a conspiracy theorist, or, you know, like it was created like a show, like a movie. Like somebody from the inside had to know that they were coming. Exactly. Like it's real, but it's kind of staged, right? And so, but the backlash was someone actually got harmed. Someone actually died. I think multiple people died. It definitely some young lady from like the Bay Area.
Who worked at the
No, who was a Donald Trump supporter. And so, as much as it might have been an inside job, possibly yes, it might have been an inside job. They didn't mean for someone to get hurt. They are just, hey, let's this is not right, you know. But at the same time, meaning I'm not saying they didn't mean for someone to get hurt, meaning they, you know, because it's basically right now just white on white crime, right? Period. Right? It's majority. All is these Republicans coming in and saying, "Hey, this is not how it's supposed to be," you know. And so the democracy is kind of being in question and things like that of the people voting and making a decision on who they want to be the representative of the United States of America. But see, the thing is that there's a lot of.
But to me, I think that honestly, I think there's no need to do that because either way, your culture is gonna be the top priority, even still, sir.
Right. So, you know, it's a hard pill to swallow for people to. I think it's a hard pill for people to swallow that all of this chaos is going on in the world, especially when it comes to how we're about to make a transition from one president to the next president, right? And because of the chaos, it then rotates into our normal life. And now it has everyone kind of in this uproar and what if it was us? What if it wasn't us? And I was listening to this young man earlier today, and he said something along the lines of, well, what, you know, if black people would have did it, you know, we would have been shot and killed, etc. Yeah. But at the same time, that's also kind of like a fear scenario where people have to where if it's that important, because what they did show was it was that important to them.
But it might have been different though, because I don't think maybe in this aspect, I don't think the blacks would have gotten killed because they're going for Donald Trump and roll down Trump. He got people on the side.
But see that's the whole controversy again.
Because it could have been.
But the controversy is that the controversy is the I just lost train of thought there. But anyway, with all of the chaos going on, and you having the Democrats and the Republicans and everybody having one feeling, everybody others having another feeling, and it's just a big old chaos. That's not even what we came to talk about today.
But we could talk about this tomorrow, though.
And that's fine. You know, today we were here and we are discussing this NBA player, and the reason that we brought up kind of the whole fiasco that went on in Washington is connected to what we're going to talk about. And today we're talking about how this NBA basketball player, Kyrie Irving, has not returned to basketball and his, I guess, basic job, so to speak, or career, because of how the riots has kind of shooken him up in general. So the story is from, what is it, New York Times?
Yeah.
And it's Kyrie Irving remains absent in Capital Riot aftermath. And so we got to remember that when there was the bubble, and then George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and all these different African-American blacks were being killed and murdered, and nothing is being changed or shown, then what happened was he was very discouraged on wanting to even partake in the bubble basketball. He wasn't even really worried about it at all. And I don't even think he did it, as a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken.
Kyrie?
Right. So he kind of took a major stance on, I'm not doing this whole bubble basketball thing.
And I understand.
And he's been
because it's like chill.
Right. And he's been very controversial. I have nothing against the young man. I feel his power, how he stands strong on what he believes and what he does. You know, his outlooks and his takes on life are completely different than some. Yes. So the way that he maneuvers through life and the way he wants things to be done and how he feel it, that's his opinion. And I'm almost at a point where I'm sick of people being criticized for the things that they do and how they do it. You either like it or you don't, and then you move on. But we know that the media is never just that easy and that simple.
But then again, Dad, freedom of speech.
Right. So let's jump right on into it.
So, Kyrie Irving remains absent in the Capital Riot aftermath. The Nets got Kevin Durant back Sunday, but they sure could have used Kyrie Irving. Instead, the point guard missed his third straight game for personal reasons. The Nets imploded at home against Oklahoma City, abused on their perimeter, and sloppy with the basketball. The All-Star was sorely missed.
And that being Kyrie Irving,
yes,
right? Because he has missed the last 3 games of basketball. And so since he's missed the last 3 games of basketball, and he is an all-star, and he did probably him and Kevin Durant, they probably had their discussion like, hey, you come, we play together, we're going to win a championship, right? We got all these other players, these role players. We got DeAndre Jordan, we got LeVert, we got all these players that are looking to him.
Like LeBron James and AD.
Yes, somewhat. Yeah. As a combo. But I'm saying the Brooklyn Nets are looking to him to be the all-star, superstar basketball player that he is. And he has shown that when he is on the basketball court, and that's for certain. Right?
So that's why they're not really making a big deal.
No, they are making a big deal.
They're making a big deal, but like
because
everyone's supporting him.
Kevin Durant is supporting him, his teammates are supporting him. Okay, Steve Nash is supporting him too.
So that's why I'm saying it's not like that to the team. It's not that big of a deal. They're supporting him.
Okay.
Like Dennis Rodman, so to speak.
Right. Because Dennis Rodman was kind of a wild boy.
Yeah.
But he was good at what he did.
And he was getting them championships.
And he was helping them win championships. So he stayed kind of committed to what he was doing. And he always kind of stayed that wild, rambunctious young man.
Well, Coach Steve Nash declined to answer when asked specifically whether he and the organization were satisfied with the reason Irving gave for his extended absence. Durant said he backs his longtime friend. I wouldn't speak for Kyrie. I'll let him do that for himself. I'm sure you guys will see him soon after he comes back. Durant said, we support him 100% and pray for the best.
Okay, now, Durant is going to support him, right? That's his main man. That's his homie. They probably eat dinners together. If either one of them got kids, they probably go to each other's kids' birthday party, etc.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the other 12, 13, 14 people on the team? Are all of them really behind him? How about the owner? How about the general manager that got him there from Boston 2-3 years ago? Mm-hmm. Are all of the teammates behind him? Because again, I'm going to tell you again, they're looking to build on their nucleus. They're grouping. They're trying to become a team.
Yeah.
Right? That would be similar to the soccer team that we had over there at San Francisco Unified. And then all of a sudden, either one of them, think about either one of them. The last two, the boys team and the girls team. Yeah, I was trying to say that, but yeah, and Revere, right? So imagine one of your best players on both teams not coming and not playing. Now here's a plus sign. The plus sign of it is it's early in the season. That's a plus sign. But while you're trying to build the chemistry, working together as one, Kyrie is out saying, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm not playing basketball.
Like LeBron James when they were in the bubble.
Like they were LeBron James in the bubble. He just did it for one game, right? Yeah. And he got everybody else to.
But I understand where Kyrie is coming from.
Okay.
Because this is a big thing.
Right.
Like this is a big event that's happening in the world that changed the outcome of the election. that can change the outcome of our president
and can change the
whole entire USA.
Right. I hear you. And he's kind of taking a stand on the world is bigger than just basketball. That's what he's saying. And he's probably pretty much at a stance where I'm not going to just entertain you. And that's what...
One, I need to get top dollar. And two...
Well, he's already getting top dollar. That's not question. But the stance of, I'm not just going to entertain you.
And there are other...
His pride...
I'm not going to say... things in the world that need to be entertained.
Right. His ego, I don't believe, is in the way. I think that his pride on what he stands on and what he believes, just like he said something about, the world is, people are pawns, right? And people got all offended. If that's what he feels, if he feels he's a king, then everyone else is a pawn. If that's what he feels.
He feels like he's a king.
He didn't say that, but he said something along the lines of, like, everyone else is a pawn, right?
Everyone is a pawn, and God's is the chess player.
I hear you.
The presidency, not the government. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say the government are the king, but the government is the kings, and the regular citizens are pawns. Right.
And it's deep, because people have their feelings. He's been questioned on he's not going to talk to the media, and then people criticize him for that because they say that that's a part of the game. That's the contract. That's what you sign up for. The better you are, the more you're going to get talked to, the more they're going to ask you questions. That's what it is.
But you have the right to not answer them. And a lot of people don't talk about the stuff that are asked.
Right. But the fact of the matter is that when you are asked to be interviewed in the world of professional sports, they say you are supposed to talk and give the interviews.
So they're saying that if a little kid asks them, they're supposed to give them an interview.
No, we're talking about in the media, man. After a game, things like that. Like he came to a point where
like me.
He didn't want
to media.
Right, but he came to a point where he didn't want to give interviews because every time he says something, his words get flipped around. And yes, has he said some things that maybe he might want to take back? That's possible. But he's a very he's a very articulate, well thought out individual who I believe that the words that come out of his mouth, he feels that's what it is. And so people are who they are, and no one wants to allow people to be different. And that's where a lot of problems come, right? Because no one wants to allow people to be different because the world is this big old bully, right? You can't do that. You can't take days off. And I've always felt in my heart and soul, if I'm a millionaire or a billionaire, if I can't take a day off then, and I can't take it off in a regular job, right? What's going on, right? If you're a teacher, you're not supposed to take no days off. You're not supposed to take no days off the whole school year.
Well, I mean, if you're a billionaire, though, and a millionaire, you got people working for you, so you can't.
Right. So let's get back to so what's some more reasons that but then also he hasn't given any excuses, right? He hasn't given any reasons why he is personally not coming to work.
I don't think so, but I think we might have an idea.
Okay.
After Irving sat out consecutive games, he had intentionally been listed as questionable on Sunday before being ruled out a little over 2 hours before tip-off.
Right. So it sounds like he's not giving them too much leeway, too much information on what he's doing, why he's doing it. And so he's leaving the people to wonder. Now, look, I can remember, and I'm going to say it again. If I'm the 10th man on the team, I'm the 9th man on the team, because you got to remember, the more you win, the more opportunities you get to get bigger contracts. The more opportunities you get, the more shots you make. And Kyrie Irving out in the basketball court, on the basketball court, is making people's jobs easier, right? If you have a job and then all of a sudden, or a career or whatever, and someone doesn't come, and you are relying on them to come to do their job, then to some extent, you're going to be frustrated because then you're going to be doing their job.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? And especially in basketball, you as a superstar, you draw so much attention.
But then if you love the sport, it should be no problem. you're doing this, one, to get played,
Uh-huh.
but two, this is your profession. It's what you love.
Right.
It's what you follow your whole
So do you
life.
think? So do you think that Kyrie is maybe falling out of love a little bit of basketball?
No, I think he's just taking a stand, and I think his stand should be respected.
Okay, so it says Kai is still on personal leave. All of the communication between Kai and the organization, I'm going to keep private, and I'm sure you'll hear from him at some point, Nash said on Irving, who is in the fourth league. No, check that. Who is fourth in the league in scoring at 27.1 points a game. So that's even more of a scenario. So it's right now it's in the world of unknown, right? Why is he not coming? But then on the other hand, they know why he's not coming. He's sick of what's going on in America, the chaos that's being caused. There's no change. People are doing what they want to do. There's no justice for black people. White people are frantically wild and rambunctiously going out and impulsively climbing over staircases and, running people over, breaking windows. And I can understand how that's frustrating. I could. And I'll tell you this: if I was a damn millionaire,
it makes no sense.
It comes a point, and everyone knows if you're at a job, even if you're in your home, and you are completely just fed up, frustrated with what's going on, what do? We bust a move. And right now, he's busting a move.
Just like you want to bust a move and go to Arizona?
Just like I want to bust a move and go to Arizona.
Yeah.
Life comes with so much unknown and uncertainty that you don't know. For God's sake, the brother Kaepernick took a knee and his whole life went upside down. Upside down because he took a knee after talking to military people, asking them what's the best thing to do. And all it was simply because, hey, I just don't agree with how America sings this song, but at the same time will kill, rob, mistreat, discriminate, racial profile, systematic racism toward people. And I'm just going to take a knee. And turn all the people that I know, all the white people that I know, they ended up saying, no, it wasn't because of that. It was because of that he was blackballed. He was blackballed because he's weak. He didn't get a job. He didn't, or check that. He wasn't blackballed. He just is weak. But he took the Niners to the Super Bowl. I'm confused as can be, but I'm not confused. But that lets me know.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo weak?
Is Jimmy Garoppolo weak? And I'm not a Jimmy Garoppolo fan, so
they're basically the same people.
Jimmy
Garoppolo
would be weak.
Going off what people say.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's continue on right there. And so basically, right now we're talking about Kyrie Irving and how he is, the next one, and how he has missed consecutive games. You're here with Mr. Unknown, Culture the Character, another episode of Like Father, Like Son. And we're having this discussion about how he's missing his job, his career, where other people are depending on him, right? Because you're going to be in the workforce of some form at some point in your life, whether it's as a business owner and you have workers behind you, or you're a business owner and you have to do it all. And if you don't do it, then you have no product, right? You have nothing to give to the people so that they can come and consume.
Yeah.
And you're working somewhere as just a worker or a manager or a supervisor or whatever the case may be, and someone's not coming to work, and their reasoning is, it's almost like striking. He's pretty much striking, right? If you work at certain companies, they're not going to give you certain money because you have chosen to let's say, like if you want health insurance or you want a yearly bonus. And so sometimes companies, they don't want to give it to you because they want that extra revenue for themselves. So in return, workers, they do what? They strike. And they say, I'm not coming to work. And they walk out with their picket signs. A lot of teachers do it. A lot of unions do it.
Like when Rosa Parks.
Right, with the boycott, right. And they walked all the way to Montgomery, Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. And so
they didn't ride for like a long time.
Right. And so these type of things aren't so, I don't know, unseen before. It's just that he's one individual. He's a very controversial individual. But if y'all all been listening to me over the past few months, I'm kind of okay with a controversial person because this world is it's wild. It's a little psychotic sometimes. And so you don't always have to believe and buy into everything that's being told of you. Right? Just like how there's 3 different holidays at the same damn time. There's Hanukkah, there's Christmas, and there's Kwanzaa. You got a chance. I don't give a damn what race you are. You can pick whichever one you want to be. Period. Right? So everything is not just black and white. Everything isn't 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? People have real thoughts. And then when you give people your thoughts, they take them and they flip them and rotate them. And we've learned how, just simply by having this show, on how you can take some recorded verbiage. And when you take that recorded verbiage, you can edit it, take a piece out, and you can make it sound like you want to sound. And everyone acts like that's not possible, you know? Mm-hmm. And so Kyrie, like I said, Kyrie has definitely done some things or said some things that he personally might want to take back. Might, but he might not. Because he might feel that what he says is real, and he may just take them back because simply the media or his publicist tells him that's best for your image right now. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, yes. Yeah, well, don't worry about that. That's gone since then. Anyway, let's see. What we got here? I can't speak for everybody. I don't know how guys are handling the situation, Durant said when he asked about how his teammates were handling not the stress of COVID-19, but political upheaval as well. But guys feel excited to come into work and excited to play. Again, who knows what the rest of those guys are feeling? Kyrie and Durant, and even Durant, he's going to say the right things, right? Because he's not the most media likable, or he's not in favor of the media his darn self. But he's going to say the right things. Hey, man, I'm not sure what the rest of my teammates feel, right? You might want to ask them. But me, I'm okay with them. But, you know, I support them, and that's all I got to say about it, right? Mm-hmm. But you really don't know with, what is it, 5, 6, 7, 8 coaches. You got training, you got trainers, you got, you got 12, 13 more players on the team, but I think it was like 15 players or something like that. So you take 2 away, you got 13 other players who have their own feelings. Yeah. And you don't really know, right? And that really can cause controversy, and it can cause controversy between Durant and Kyrie and damage their friendship, right? You know, go with the next one. Yeah. Right there.
So I really don't know for a fact how guys are feeling right now. But as far as the game is concerned, I think everyone is excited to play. And we're understanding we're under some circumstances with COVID, but guys are just coming to work and being professionals.
And that's all you can ask. And, you know, I'm pretty sure Kyrie's going to come back. And if he doesn't, hey, look. Okay. But it's not who cares, though. That's the thing. Yeah. Because people do, and you know, and you know.
But they already talk about him already, so.
They already what?
They already talk about him and.
Right. So he's not. Yeah. So he's looking at it from a point of view of, look, you guys are riding me. Sometimes people just want to live for themselves. Yeah. Right. And they don't always want to live to make someone else happy. Right. Like he said before, I just want to play basketball. And now it's like, you know what? I don't care about basketball, because look at what's going on in the world. Look at what's going on in the world. Just like Kaepernick. Kaepernick hey, man, look, you know what? You guys got a lot going on out here. I'm going to take this knee. He knew that there was a chance of him getting backlash. And he got it, and he got it major. And then when he got his opportunity a year, 2 years later, or whatever, at the beginning of the season in the summertime or whatever, he was of 2020, he wanted it to be done his way. We're going to do it my way. And it's nothing wrong with a person standing up for who they are, what they believe in their heart. In their heart. People have hearts and feelings on the inside of them. And if you can take your feelings and actually do it. Most people have to hide and stay away from their feelings because either they're not millionaires, or they got a whole bunch of different bills they got to pay, or, you know, they sacrifice for their right. They sacrifice for their children. You know, they don't, you know, they're too old. They don't want to change careers. It's all types of reasons why people hold in their real feelings. And so anybody in my eye, just my eye, and this is just my opinion, that can stand up for what they feel and be able to survive through it, well, then more power to them. It's just like any radio station guy, any television producer, any media human, anyone that has a job or a career and you go to it on the daily. And some people get mentally and emotionally and verbally abused by their bosses. Straight up, you know it and I know it. They get sexually harassed by their coworkers or by their boss. And they take it. They take it in every day. Because in their mind and in their heart and wherever they're at in their life, that adjustment, they can't make it yet. Or they don't have the guts, or they don't have the finances, or they don't have the backing, you know, or maybe they told the story already. But but people didn't believe them. Right? Life is real. So, hey, I wish nothing but the best for Kyrie. You know, I enjoy him as an NBA basketball player. Hey, but if he cut his ties, I get it. He's a different thinking human. Exactly. I mean, listen to the basketball players. The way he articulates himself, the way the verbiage comes out of his mouth, the way his dialect flows off his tongue. That guy has he got a brain on his shoulders.
Where is he from?
I'm not exactly sure, but you know, let's see here. But you know, he I'm gonna say he may know what the hell he actually wants. He just is a basketball player who, you know, who's kind of taking the stands. That's all. He's just taking the stands. Let's see, is from. Let's see. He was born in Melbourne, Australia. Hey, look here. To the son and Derek of Elizabeth Irving, American expats, and the stepson of Shelatila Irving. So he was, look, that and no pun, but that kind of says it all. He has a different way of thinking.
I would have never thought that, ever. Would you have thought that?
No. But I was always kind of wondering, where is this guy from? Well, you know what? He's different. Period. You know, I got some friends, and pretty much most of my friends that I know, they either, if they grew up in impoverished, hard times, and was able to slide through it, the way that they dialect themselves and the way that they speak, whether it's professionally or whether it's just with friends, it's the switch. It's the switch. I know how to speak in the academia professional way, and then I know how to talk amongst my people of how I grew up. And then I have friends who that's what they did originally. They spoke with the academia language and speaking clear and the more advanced vocabulary words and things like that. Where I grew up, that's something that you develop as you hit like 21, 22, 25. And as you become more mature, you get more in tune with who you are, better in yourself. This guy's what? Let's see, 92, 2002, 2012. What's that? What is he like? 30, 92, 2002, 2012. That's 20. And then 8 to that. That's 28. The 28. I think he's 28. 28 years old. So he's still a young guy, but he is completely an intelligent person. And and you know what's so ill about it? It's almost like how, and I know most people are like, oh, Chris, you're gonna go there. But it's just like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is as intelligent human, 28, as an intelligent human as you damn near will meet on planet Earth. Mike Tyson, the boxer. Okay? The way his mind thinks and the words that come and how he can articulate himself, he is brilliant. He just happened to be a boxer and came from the streets. You know, and this young man, Kyrie Irving, much props to him for standing and for what he believes. If we see him back on the court, you know, it's all good. If we don't, it's all good. You know, this is just something that I seen earlier while I was Googling through my phone. And I thought this would be a good topic for us to talk because this is relatable to real life, because real life is coming. Real life is here. And it's always something you're going to have to do and a decision that you're going to have to make. And sometimes it's just like, you know what? I want to do this. You know, that's just like parents saying, hey, as soon as you get out of high school, you need to go to college. You need to do 4 years. You need to do this. You need to do and try to get into medical school, or you need to, you know, try to get into law school or whatever you want to do. But then you thinking, I want to get out of high school and I just want to travel.
And be myself.
And be myself for like a year or two. I might just want to, you know, but that's a decision that you got to come to terms with, but you got to look at it from a bigger point of view. Now, obviously, he get to look at it from a different point of view. He's a millionaire. Those are facts. Okay? So, with all that being said, I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with us. I'm with this wonderful human. They call him
character.
I am Mr. Unknown.
Yes.
We'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with us. And in the words of this young man who is so brightly here with me on the daily,
life is great, no matter what.
Peace out, y'all.
Love you, Dad.
Love you too, son.